Hey, this is Carol Pope, and you're listening to No Sleep Till Sudbury with Brent Jensen.
Hey, this is Brent Jensen, and you are listening to No Sleep Till Sudbury, the show where we talk about the music that makes your skin vibrate. The show is brought to you by Pariah Pickups, handcrafting the very best guitar pickups all the way down in Detroit, Rock City. Check them out at pariahpickups.com. And if you've wanted to do your own podcast but don't know where to start, now you do. Storyfora can create a podcast for you, handling all the details from recording gear, platforms, distribution, everything, you name it. All you have to do is show up. Email info@storyfora.com. That's PHORA, storyfora.com. All right, welcome to the final installment of the No Sleep Till Sudbury podcast for 2024. Wow, this year whipped by. So to usher in the Christmas season and close out the year, I wanted to go with the Christmas theme. Since I think a lot about music history and I love Christmas music, I thought, why not combine the peanut butter with the chocolate and do a show on the history of Christmas music? And so here it is. We're going to go all the way back to the start with this, not just back to the 40s or 50s. Because the history of Christmas music is so deeply intertwined with the broader cultural, religious, and social evolutions of humanity, it goes back over a millennium, reflecting the changing ways that societies have celebrated Christmas. It's pretty fascinating stuff. So here we go. Before the Christmas music that we know and love today, a lot of different cultures had songs tied to winter solstice celebrations. These pagan traditions, especially in Europe, involved singing to mark the shortest day of the year, which is December 21st, and the promise of returning sunlight after that. For example, there were Yule songs. In ancient Scandinavia, Yule celebrations included songs that honored gods and nature. During an event named Roman Saturnalia, Romans sang festive songs and celebrated with feasts, a precursor to some of the Christmas customs that we recognize today. It was these traditions that influenced the incorporation of music into early Christian celebrations. Now, the official celebration of Christmas was established in 336 AD when the Roman Empire adopted the date of December 25 as the celebration of Christ's birth. Music quickly became part of the observance of this very sacred holiday, and early Christmas music was solemn, primarily Gregorian chants, sung in Latin. The hymns were designed for religious services with a focus on reverence. One of the oldest known Christmas chants is Jesus refulsit omnium, which translates into Jesus, light of all the nations. This goes as far back as the 4th century. A critical milestone was achieved in the Middle Ages, when Christmas music began to expand beyond the church. The influence of folk traditions began to emerge with religious themes around this time, and this was when the idea of caroling came to be. The term carol, originally referred to as a dance or song of joy, in the 12th century began to adopt Christmas themes, blending sacred and secular elements. These songs were performed with the intention of being accessible to ordinary people. Latin hymns began to emerge around this time, and notable compositions like Puer Natus e Nobis, A Child is Born to Us, gained popularity. These hymns were often sung during midnight mass on Christmas Eve. In the 13th century, St. Francis of Assisi popularized native plays, and these included sung dialogues and simple hymns in native languages. This innovation helped Christmas music reach a broader audience. Then came the Renaissance period and the birth of polyphony during the time frame of the 15th to 17th centuries. The Renaissance was a period of artistic flourishing, and like other art, music became more complex. Christmas compositions from this era reflect advancements in harmony and polyphony, which is the style of simultaneously combining a number of parts each one forming an individual melody that harmonize with each other. Renaissance composers, including Thomas Tallis, wrote intricate vocal compositions named motets for Christmas. These compositions were characterized by interwoven melodies and rich textures. A 16th century motet entitled Coventry Carol demonstrated new emotional depths that were evolving as new Christmas music. Secular carols also flourished during this time, and songs like the Boar's Head Carol combined festive themes with moral lessons. In the 17th and 18th centuries, the Baroque era introduced grand expressions of joy through grandeur and drama in Christmas music, aligning with the era's emphasis on emotional expression and ornate artistry. A lot of the earliest masterpieces were composed during this period. Although not exclusively a Christmas work, Handel's Messiah, written in 1741, contains the iconic Hallelujah chorus, often performed during the holiday season. Its grandeur and theological depth make it a cornerstone of most Christmas concerts. Johann Sebastian Bach composed a 6-part oratorio in 1734, narrating the nativity story with the blend of sacred choruses and arias, which is an elaborate melody sung in an opera style by a single voice, reflecting the Baroque love of dramatic storytelling. A lot of traditional Christmas carols emerged around this time. Adeste Fideles, later translated as O Come All Ye Faithful, is believed to have originated in the 17th or early 18th century. Charles Wesley wrote the lyrics to Hark the Herald Angels Sing in 1739, and the melody was later adapted by Felix Mendelssohn. With the dawn of the 19th century came the Romantic era, known for its focus on nostalgia and emotion. The 19th century brought a revival of interest in folk traditions and a surge in carol composition that was often tinged with romantic sentimentality. Silent Night was composed in 1818 by Franz Xavier Gruber in Austria. O Holy Night was written in 1847 by Adolf Adam, combining soaring melodies with heartfelt lyrics that reflected the Romantic era musical ideals. After that came the Victorian era, and it played a crucial role in shaping modern Christmas celebrations, including its music. Queen Victoria and Prince Albert popularized Christmas trees, and carols became an essential part of the festivities. Christmas carol songbooks were created during the latter part of the century, which compiled traditional and newly composed songs, and this helped to ensure their preservation. The 19th century saw the adaptation of folk melodies into Christmas carols, helping to preserve cultural identities. For example, Deck the Halls was adapted from a Welsh tune to highlight the celebratory spirit of the season. Good King Wenceslas was set to a medieval melody that harkened back to the 16th century, which reflected Victorian values of charity and goodwill. And the 20th century. The 20th century revolutionized Christmas music, introducing new genres, global influences, and of course, commercialization. The advent of radio, records, and later television made Christmas music a global phenomenon, popularizing Christmas music like never before. A lot of the Christmas songs we love today were written during the 20th century, such as White Christmas, which was written by Irving Berlin in 1942 and performed by Bing Crosby, a carol that captures a nostalgic longing for an idyllic Christmas. And there was also Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas, which is one of my all-time favorites, written in 1944 as a song for the film Meet Me in St. Louis. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer came 5 years later, based on a storybook and written by Johnny Marks. The mid-20th century saw Christmas music infused with jazz and swing styles. Artists like Frank Sinatra, Ella Fitzgerald, Nat King Cole, and Johnny Mathis recorded classic albums that remain staples of holiday playlists today, including my own. And look out, Mom and Dad, in the 1950s and 60s, rock and roll reshaped Christmas music. We got Jingle Bell Rock in 1957 from Bobby Helms. Blue Christmas in that same year. Elvis Presley's rendition of this tune became a favorite for generations to come. There were also soundtracks for TV specials. Television helped cement Christmas music in popular culture with specials like A Charlie Brown Christmas in 1965 that featured memorable scores like Vince Guaraldi's jazzy Christmas Time Is Here. And after that, we would see a blend of tradition and innovation in Christmas music. Traditional carol structures morphed into more contemporary styles. Stuff like Mariah Carey's All I Want for Christmas Is You and Last Christmas from Wham, or Happy Christmas War Is Over by John Lennon and Wonderful Christmas Time by fellow Beatle Paul McCartney. And also newer, lesser-known songs like Mary Mary by The Bird and the Bee, or Christmas Prison Blues by C6 Steve and the Level Devils, or Put the Lights on the Tree by Sufjan Stevens. And of course, as Christmas celebrations spread worldwide, diverse musical traditions have enriched the holiday repertoire. Artists incorporate elements of gospel, reggae, and world beat into Christmas music now, reflecting the global nature of Christmas. Digital age platforms like Spotify and YouTube have transformed how audiences access Christmas music, creating space for indie artists and also reviving forgotten classics. Seasonal playlists dominate airwaves during the holidays, sometimes maybe a little too early for my liking. And this brings me back to the start, the reason why I wanted to do this episode. Even though I just detailed its chronology, Christmas music has a timeless appeal. Its enduring popularity lies in its ability to evoke a sense of nostalgia and community and hope. From medieval hymns to modern pop hits, Christmas songs transcend generations, uniting people of all kinds everywhere in celebration. Christmas songs underscore the spiritual roots of the holiday, that joy and warmth of the season, and how important those songs are, especially during these times. I cherish them deeply, and I know a number of you do too. And in saying that, I hope that you enjoyed this episode. With that, my friends, the No Sleep Till Sudbury programming schedule for 2024 thus concludes. I've been working on a number of other projects lately, and the episode scheduling's been a bit sporadic, I know, but I do have some exciting new things planned for the show in 2025 that involve live recordings. So stay tuned. As always, I sincerely thank each and every one of you for all your support this year and in previous years, and I wish you all the very best over the holidays. Merry Christmas to you and your families, and a joyful, prosperous new year, everyone. This has been No Sleep Till Sudbury with Brent Jensen. Till next time, my friends, take good care.
Brent Jensen is the best-selling author of No Sleep Till Sudbury, Leftover People, and All My Favorite People Are Broken. All titles available in stores and on Amazon worldwide.